The School of the Lady of Baqi, Lady al-Banin, peace be upon her. Chapter 13. النبي أولى بالمؤمنين من أنفسهم وأزواجه أمهاتهم وأولو الأرحام بعضهم أولى ببعض في كتاب الله من المؤمنين والمهاجرين إلا أن تفعلوا إلى أوليائكم معروفا كان ذلك في الكتاب مسطورا. The Prophet has more authority over the believers than themselves. His wives are their mothers. The relatives are closer to each other, according to the Book of God, than the believers and the immigrants. However, you may show kindness to your guardians. This also is written in the book. Surah Mubarakah al-Ahzab, verse 6. The noble verse 6 of Surah al-Ahzab is in the position of stating that the Holy Prophet and the sacred existence of the Ahl al-Bayt have greater authority and are more deserving with respect to the believers. According to the command of the Almighty in this verse, the believers must regard the will and life of their maulas as superior to their own will, life, and wealth, and consider themselves as their devoted sacrifices. The noble and blessed lady who manifested adherence to this noble verse through her life and death and taught it to all creation was Lady al-Banin. Lady al-Awlad al-Arba'a, Fatima al-Kalabiyya, not only embodied throughout her entire life the principle of the Prophet and the Ahl al-Bayt being superior to one's own self, life, wealth, will, and desire, but also raised sons who were devoted sacrifices for their Mawla and Imam. They manifested this Quranic verse in the most complete form on the day of Karbala with Imam al-Hussein. Following the noble verse, the Prophet has a greater claim over the believers than they have over themselves, has various dimensions. Lady of al-Baqi, through her conduct and way of life, taught all of creation the most complete form of this principle in all its aspects. In this section, we will examine this matter. Sadati, ana huna khadimatun indakum, ji'tu li khidmatikum. The words of Lady al-Banin, who referred to herself as a servant upon entering the household of Amirul Mu'minin Ali, despite being Imam's wife, are themselves a manifestation of this noble Quranic verse. They demonstrate that all creation must be in service to the masters of the command and dedicated to fulfilling their orders and bringing their will into effect. Thus, upon her arrival, she said to the children of Lady Zahra, Sadati, ana huna khadimatun indakum, ji'tu li khidmatikum, fahal taqbaluni bihadha ash-shart, wa illa fa inni raji'atun ila dari. O my masters, I am here before you as a servant who has come to serve you. Will you accept me on this condition? For if you do not accept, I shall return to my home. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein, along with Lady Zainab al-Kubra, in response to these words, said, Anti azizatun karima, wa hadha baytuk. You are dear and noble, and this house belongs to you as well. Fatima, al-Mukannat bi al-Banin. Her blessed name was Fatima, a name greatly esteemed and honored among the Arabs, to the point that they took pride in bearing it. Yet, this noble lady, knowing that this name would remind the children of Sayyida Fatima az-Zahra of their mother, willingly gave up even her own meaningful name. She requested Amirul Mu'minin Ali to address her by another name. Thus, she became known by the title Umul Banin. As mentioned in her ziyarat, Peace be upon you, O Mother of the Radiant Moons, O Fatima, daughter of Hizam al-Kilabiyya, known as Umul Banin. May the mercy and blessings of God be upon you. Assalamu alayki ya al-Budur al-Sawati'a, ya Fatima binta Hizam al-Kilabiyya, al-Mukanna bi Banin, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Azarti al-Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. This phrase from the ziyarat of Lady al-Awlad al-Arba'a, Fatima al-Kalabiyya, indicates her rank of muwasat, selfless support and solidarity with her Mawla, Amirul Mu'minin Ali. The word azarti comes from the root azara, and mu'azara means support and mutual aid. This muwasat is itself among the greatest manifestations and expressions of this noble Quranic verse. An-Nabiyyu awla bil mu'minina min anfusihim, Surah Ahzab, verse 6. Since Lady al-Banin herself fulfilled this muwasat with Amirul Mu'minin Ali through all hardships, adversities, and trials, وآزرت الإمام علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام في المحن والشدائد والمصائب. Her radiant moon, al-Abbas, also manifested this muwasat in its most complete form, both during the Battle of Siffin alongside Amir al-Mu'minin Ali and in Karbala alongside Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. كنت في قمة الطاعة والوفاء. Another aspect of regarding the masters and holders of authority as having greater right and priority is complete obedience to their commands, a quality that was also fully embodied in Lady Umm al-Banin. This is indicated by the phrase in her ziyarat, "You were at the pinnacle of obedience and loyalty," which attests to this very truth. وَأَنَّكِ أَحْسَنْتِ الْكَفَالَةَ وَأَدَّيْتِ الْأَمَانَةَ الْكُبْرَى. Safeguarding the divine trust is another aspect of following verse 6 of Surah Al-Ahzab. The trust of God refers to the sacred existence of the Ahlul Bayt, who are the divine trusts placed among creation. This means that the measure of a believer's devotion and faith toward their maulas is determined by how they protect their lives and regard them as having priority over themselves. Al-amanatu hiya al-imama. Antumul amanatul mahfudha. You are that safeguarded trust. Just as the verses of Surah Al-Mu'minun describe the true believers with the quality of safeguarding trusts and fulfilling their covenants. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. Surah Al-Mu'minun, verse 8. Lady al-Banin perfectly upheld the safeguarding of the divine trust, namely, the protection of the sacred existence of Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein, as well as loyalty to the covenant. She also taught this very principle to her sons. You fulfilled the greatest trust by protecting the trust of Al-Zahra al-Batul, the two grandsons Al-Hassan and Al-Hussein. Thus, she attained immense esteem and an exalted rank in the sight of Lady Sayyida al-Nisa al-Alamin, to the extent that she became known by the title Azizat al-Zahra, the beloved of Al-Zahra. You sacrificed your sons in place of Hussein. The perfection of following the noble verse, the Prophet has a greater claim over the believers than they have over themselves, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 6, is manifested in dissolving oneself and becoming a self-sacrifice for the Mawla. Lady al-Banin was dissolved in and sacrificed for Lady Siddiqat al-Kubra, Fatimah al-Zahra, peace be upon her. For all eternity, al-Banin, the beloved of Al-Zahra, remains the role model and leader for the people of faith in dissolving themselves and sacrificing for the sacred existence of the mother. Just as Abbas is the exemplar for creation in sacrificing himself for Imam Hussein, it is precisely because of Lady al-Banin's sacrifice for the sacred existence of Lady al-Siddiqa al-Kubra that she was granted a lofty rank, dignity, and a praiseworthy station. Indeed, you have with God a rank and a praiseworthy standing. That is to say, her blessed being is the gate of Fatima, just as her radiant moon, Abul Fadl al-Abbas, is the gate of Hussein.